Joy-Con drift, hand fatigue, that cramped feeling after just an hour of handheld play. If you've owned a Nintendo Switch, or you're even thinking about the Switch 2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And now, a company called Abxylute believes they have a solution. Two new deck-style controllers for the Nintendo Switch 2 called the N6 and the N9C. Their Kickstarter just went live. Now, let me be completely transparent here. These are not in our hands yet. There are no independent hands-on reviews. Everything we're discussing today comes from announced specs, manufacturer claims, and early media coverage. So think of this as a deep dive preview and analysis, not a final verdict.
First up, the N6, the Comfort First Deck Controller. Imagine a Steam Deck-style shell that wraps around your Switch 2. You remove the Joy-Cons, slide the console in, and suddenly you've got full-size, ergonomic grips on both sides. Inside, you're getting Hall-effect joysticks, and that's important. Instead of traditional potentiometers that physically wear down and cause drift, Hall-effect uses magnets. No physical contact, no wear, no drift. That alone will get a lot of people interested. You also get a 9-axis gyroscope for motion control in games like Splatoon or Zelda, a tactile clicky D-pad instead of separate directional buttons, 2 remappable rear buttons, turbo, vibration, and a USB-C wired connection that plugs directly into the Switch 2. No Bluetooth pairing, no charging, just plug and play. There's even a dedicated C button for game chat and front-facing speakers with an audio resonance chamber that Abxylute claims boosts bass output by 10%. That's ambitious. We'll have to see how that translates in real-world use.
Now, the N9C, this one is different. Abxylute essentially split a GameCube controller down the middle and attached each half to the sides of the Switch 2. It's bold, it's nostalgic, it's niche. Instead of Hall effect, it uses capacitive joysticks, another drift-free technology with zero physical contact and supposedly no magnetic interference. The ABXY buttons are mechanical microswitches that click like a mouse, very reminiscent of competitive GameCube play. You can swap joystick gate rings between circular and 8-way octagonal designs, which Smash players will absolutely appreciate. It keeps that iconic asymmetric GameCube layout, includes 4 rear remappable buttons, and even adds a built-in rear kickstand for tabletop mode. That's thoughtful. Both controllers share USB-C plug-and-play connectivity, 9-axis motion control, adjustable vibration, turbo function, and deep button remapping. But here's something important. Neither includes HD Rumble 2, the advanced haptic feedback found in Nintendo's official Switch 2 Pro controller. Abxylute has confirmed this and says a future version may include it. At this price point, that omission is worth noting. So who are these for? The N6 feels broadly appealing. If you've experienced hand cramps during long RPG sessions, if you have larger hands, if Joy-Con drift has burned you before, this is targeting you. The N9C, on the other hand, is more specific. Competitive Smash players, GameCube nostalgia fans, players who love that snap of mechanical buttons. It's not trying to be for everyone, and that's okay. Design-wise, both lean heavily into retro nostalgia. The N6 comes in translucent black and a GameCube-inspired purple. The N9C goes even harder into that 2001 aesthetic with purple and orange colorways. The N6 has a compact deck form factor similar to other grip solutions, while the N9C is noticeably wider. And that width might be an issue for portability. Early coverage has already questioned whether it's too unwieldy for travel. There's also concern that the Switch 2 screen protrudes slightly above the controller frame, potentially a snag point in a bag. And some promotional visuals appear to use generative AI imagery. That doesn't inspire maximum confidence when evaluating hardware. Build quality? We simply don't know yet. Abxylute has had a successful Kickstarter before with their M4 mobile controller, raising over $300,000, but crowdfunding success does not automatically guarantee premium build quality. Until reviewers get units in hand, that remains an unknown.
On paper, there's a lot to like. Drift-free sticks on both models, plug-and-play simplicity, competitive early bird pricing around $79 for the N6 and $89 for the N9C, undercutting the $99.99 Switch 2 Pro controller.
The N9C's swappable gates are genuinely thoughtful, and the campaign reportedly funded almost immediately. That shows demand. But there are red flags. No HD Rumble 2, it's a Kickstarter, which always carries risk, AI-generated marketing visuals, no independent hands-on reviews, and the N9C's niche appeal may limit its audience. Compared to competitors like the CRKD Nitro Deck 2, the N6 enters a space with established alternatives. The Nitro Deck 2 costs more at $99.99, offers capacitor-based sticks, backward compatibility with older Switch models, wireless functionality for other devices, and app support for tuning and firmware updates. Abxylute undercuts it on price and adds front-facing speakers, but doesn't yet have the same proven track record. Against Nintendo's own Pro Controller, Abxylute offers handheld deck functionality, something the Pro Controller simply can't provide, but lacks HD Rumble 2 and official first-party backing.
What could be improved? HD Rumble 2 support should be standard. The screen overhang needs addressing. A companion app for firmware updates and dead zone tuning would add flexibility. Backward compatibility with the original Switch would expand appeal, and real product photography instead of AI renders would build more trust. So, should you back the Abxylute N6 or N9C? Here's my honest take. The N6 feels like the safer bet. It checks the right boxes: drift-free sticks, customization, plug-and-play convenience, competitive pricing, and a widely appealing design. If it delivers on comfort and build quality, it could compete seriously in this space. The N9C is for a specific kind of player: the Smash enthusiast, the GameCube purist, the nostalgia-driven gamer who wants that layout in handheld mode. For that audience, it's genuinely exciting. For everyone else, it may feel too niche. But remember, this is a Kickstarter. No independent reviewer has tested these. We're relying on Abxylute's claims. Their previous campaign was well received, but Switch 2 hardware is more complex. Back it if you're comfortable with that risk. And if you're not, wait for reviews. That's always the safest move.